Look at that. I've always wanted these kinds right here. I mean, it's not leaking anything. Look at that. Get a little soap on there. Nice. Okay, I've been sitting here at the ferry for a while now. I'm not sure what's going on. They obviously just came this way because there's one truck on it. But hopefully they're not breaking down. There's a little guy right next to me. Okay, they were refueling the ferry. It took like 30 minutes. So they must put a lot of fuel on there, but I just made it on. I got Puppy next to me and I got cattle right in front. Okay, made it into Kentucky. Look at these beautiful shade trees on the front lawn. That's just really pretty. So this all needs to be bush hogged. Right here. I might have to put a camera up down here. I mean, this is where that trail was that came through here. Actually, it looks like they treated this high line. So that's hopefully probably who it was. See how it's all brown and dying? And right here it turns green. So that's probably who it was. So all of this has not been bush hogged for at least a year. And I hated leaving 2.0 out in the sun. But I plan to be back the next day. Here we are 2 weeks later. Sometimes that's how it goes. Let's see if mouse have it infested and if she starts up. Alright, I gotta dump the tiller and get the bush hog, but I want to tell you, it is hot. It's supposed to be mid-90s today with pretty normal humidity, which is usually high. So I imagine the heat index is going to be around 100 or so. And here we are mid-September. But at least hopefully the air comes on in 2.0. It's only been on for a minute or two, nothing yet, but it usually takes a minute to get going. Okay, here's the little red barn. Grass is doing okay. First thing I'm going to do is try and cut this little 11-acre piece. The new roads I got in here and this little field, because Clarkster says he wants a little microplot in here for his spot. So I ain't running any cameras till I actually get some work done. There's just a quick look at how long everything is. This here by the barns and this little food plot opening, none of this has been mowed this year either. Yeah, that's between 4 and 5 foot tall, the high stuff. And I gotta figure out where the trail goes here. Either that or just make the new one. Clarkster, there's your stand right there, buddy. Looking good. Okay, I cleaned the windows off some, so you can at least join me for a minute. And finishing up this little food plot here. Well, what's going to be a food plot probably by the weekend. There's a big hole right up here in the middle I gotta watch out for. That deer tower is right there. You got an opening, and I'm going to show you right down here is basically a perfect spot for a watering hole. There's that hole I'm going to hit. Lucky I saw it. Hey, Okay, I'm gonna get some life into this one so we can at least walk into this bay. But you see all this junk in here, and it's all glass. I mean, we got some really nice lumber that we're gonna try and get out of there. But you know, all I got right now is the grapple bucket. You know, so do I push all of this up and just break a bunch of this glass? Because this is lockable. If we did want to put something in here and lock it up down here, down by the house. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of debating this right now. That's what I want to do. I want to take that grapple bucket, but actually, now that I'm looking at it, I might hook that can, which actually, that's an old can right there. Look at that. Let's see if that's paint or if that comes off. Oh, ho, ho, look at that. We got us an oil can. Oh, yeah, and there's oil in it, too. Okay, watch out for the copperheads. It's got a lid on it and everything. Let's see if I can get it out of there. Oh, looky here. Yeah, I don't think the bottom's totally rotted. What a shame. Look at that. I've always wanted these kinds right here. I mean, it's not leaking anything. Look at that. Get a little soap on there. Nice. I think that might have to come home with me. I think I'll bring Mrs. Kapper some gifts. Remember that whip? That's still there. Remember I had my eye on that when we were just buying the place? And then up here you got a nice old, that's a hay hook, I think. And I don't know if these are some animal devices here or what, but I'll bring these home for her. She'll add in something rustic. So I'll bring gifts. I'll come home bearing gifts. Oh yeah, don't forget to grab my whip here.